What's up guys? Today I'm super excited to do this video because I'm really happy with the final look of it. Today I'm going to be shopping my stash, and if you don't know what that means go through your own shit and see what you have and use it. I felt like I have been only using warm tone colors, shades, eyeshadows, whatever, and I really wanted to grab a cool toned palette to play around, kind of revisit before the warm took over. My original plan was to buy a new cool tone palette, but then I was like, wow, you know, when I had decluttered my everyday makeup, there were so many palettes there already, and that wasn't even my whole palette collection. So I figured, you know, like really just check your palette collection first, check your stash. I found this, you know, the really beloved palette from before. This is the Naked 2 Urban Decay palette. This was my favorite of all the Naked collections. This is definitely my favorite, or was my favorite. So I saw it, was like, this is pretty cool tone, so let's go ahead and use this today. I'm actually really impressed with the way everything worked on the eyes. I was a little concerned that it might be expired, that the formulation might be a little weird, but it actually worked really, really well, like very well. You'll see in the video, I hope. It was pretty fun to go back in and work with, so I hope you also shop your stash. But let me just stop talking and show you how I did this look. Jumping right into the video, I'm going to grab my Naked 2 palette here, and one of the eyeshadows is actually unglued itself from the palette, so we're just going to take that out and set it down so it doesn't go flying everywhere. I'm not going to use that shade anyway. If you remember what it looks like this, very like cool toned, and I'm pretty excited to jump back into it because I feel like I've been using way too many warm tones and I want to go back to using some cool tones. I have already prepped my eyelids with some concealer. I use the L'Oreal, I have a link down below, and then the Becca powder, the like water powder thing. I also have that link down below to just prep the eyes, and then we're gonna go in starting with my finger actually. I'm trying to think of what shade I'm gonna want to use as the all over. Probably like Suspect. I used to use Booty Call a lot. Like this was one of my favorite ones. For the sake of revisiting, I feel like I should use that, but the way that I would use this palette is a little bit different now, I feel like. So I'm gonna go into Suspect with my finger. I feel like my tastes in makeup right now have just changed, so just putting that all over the lid. I'm not dragging it up too high, I'm just making sure it's everywhere. Next, I'm gonna grab my favorite blending brush, and this is going to be the Morphe M505, and I'm grabbing the shade Tease. It's just like a matte mauve. And I'm going to put this all over the crease area, focusing on the back or outer half, and then swooping it in. I feel like I over powdered my face today. I look a little matte. Just build that color up slowly but surely to make sure everything's blended out. And I'm going to repeat that to the other eye, of course. If I feel like one side blended darker than the other, I'll just go back in the other side, try to even things out. I did bring too much mauve right here though, so I'm gonna try to rub some away with my finger and then grab some Suspect to kind of have something to blend it into. I feel like this look's going to be very, very quick actually. I'm going to grab a different brush now. This is my favorite for the outer corner lately. This is my Luxie 131 mini angled brush. I'm going to grab Busted and try to put that on the outer corner. This is like the outer third of the eyelid, and then I'm just dragging it slightly upward and flicking it out. feel like these two colors went well together, like went really well. Busted and teased because they've got that like purpley undertone. Grabbing the same brush we used, I'm just gonna blend out the top and doing the same to the other eye, of course. Again, starting the outer third of the eyelid, getting most of the product right down there close to the lash line, and then dragging upward and outward. Picking up more product along the way. I've been really liking this brush for the outer corner. I feel like it just helps me create this shape for the eyeshadow a lot easier than if I were to use a different one, a different type of brush. I'm even tempted to stop here and just throw on some eyeliner, but I think I want a little bit more darkness, just a little bit. So I'm actually gonna keep using this same brush, grab Blackout right here, just lightly. And I'm just going to keep that on the 1/3 of the outer lid, very close to the lash line. This is going to get covered by eyeliner anyway, but it'll kind of ease the transition to the eyeliner. Alright, oh, I didn't even bring my eyeliner. I brought my mascara, but not my liner. I'll be right back, and we're almost done with this look. Let's throw on some liner here. I'm debating a dramatic, like really long liner or leaving it as is. If you know me though, I do really love a dramatic long liner, so I think I am going to wing it out like way more. Alrighty, let's do some mascara. Because my lashes are permed, I'm just gonna go in without curling them. This is the Metacadar Beauty Bloom Volumizing Mascara. It's got some fibers in it for some lengthening effects. If you haven't seen my perm video yet, I will have that listed down below and in the eye for you as well. It was the first time I've ever permed my lashes, and I've got to say, there's a bit of a learning curve, but I feel like the next time I go in to perm my lashes, it's going to go so well. And I'm gonna have that on video, but I think it's gonna be amazing the next time I do it because I've learned, I know what to do now. But yeah, I'm just waiting for my lashes to fall again, and then I'll be able to go in and do another perm. Today actually marks 2 weeks of having them permed, and they are still identical to what they looked like on day 1. However, because like I said, there was a learning curve, it's not the best on this eye. Like, it's not the best perm job, so I just gotta wait for it to come down and we'll fix it in my next DIY perm video. If you've seen my mascara routine, you know how I always have to use a waterproof mascara first to keep the curl. Guys, this is not waterproof. Like, these lashes will hold even with mascara on, product on, you know. Just gonna let that dry, then we'll put on a second coat. For the bottom liner, I'm going to use the liquid eyeliner from Wet n Wild. This is the waterproof version. For the regular eyeliner, I use the Physicians Formula Eye Booster. To put on the lower liner, I'm going to grab my favorite brush for that lately. This is the Alamar Cosmetics brush. There's no name on it, but it's just their flat liner brush, and it's a really thin one, so I've been liking that. I just pick up a little bit of product from the one. I'll set that aside and focus that on the outer corner of the eye and bring that in. This is how I do almost all of my lower lash lines. We'll go in with some shadow to set that and blend that in a moment. Just gotta do my other eye. Now I'm going to grab some eyeshadow on this brush. This is unnamed, but this is like my Makeup Essentials branded brush. I'm going to grab Blackout and just set the eyeliner that we put down. Any excess will be used to blur the edges so that it doesn't look as harsh. Then I'm going to grab this Alamar brush and go back into Suspect and put it just on the inner half of the lower lash line. You know what I am realizing using this product compared to so many of the newer products is that Suspect is not as like shimmery as a lot of the other products that are being made right now. And I'm not saying that like Suspect isn't good, it's just formulated differently. So I guess right now what's formulated is much more similar to Copper. Like that kind of consistency. You cannot see that on screen, but that kind of a consistency instead of Suspect, which is more like, actually I guess they're the same. They're just not as like shimmery as a lot of the newer products. Well, Half Baked is pretty dang pigmented. Anyway, I am gonna end up grabbing some booty call today on this brush. This is again unnamed, but this one's from Morphe. It came in one of the eye sets. And I'm just going to highlight the inner corners with this. Whatever's left on my brush, gonna highlight my brow bones. Just grab a little bit more for this brow bone though. Alright, that is the end. That was such a quick look for the eyes. That took about 20 minutes real time, which is actually really quick for me when it comes to eyes. Like if I do anything intricate, you know, it's gonna take a little bit more time. Actually, let me go back in with the second coat of mascara. Cool, guys, that is the final look of the day. I am gonna set this down with some Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I especially need this right now because I feel a little bit powdery under the eyes, so I need to like wash that away. If I had a beauty blender or a sponge with me right now, I would tap in the lower lashes. Oh my god, my mascara wasn't dry and I closed my eyes. This isn't a quick fix, hold on. Alright, so I am back. That was such a like bad mistake of me to make, to close my freshly mascaraed eyelashes. Excuse me. Yeah, but I fixed that. I did go in with the beauty blender also, kind of to just press the setting powder, to press the setting spray into the face to kind of make the powdery effect go away a little bit. So I look a little less powdery here, which makes me happy. And yeah, that is the end of this look. I really did enjoy using this again. I was really surprised at how quickly it teased and busted, really just blended together and did so well on the eyes, kind of finishing up the look really quickly. This just really reinforces the idea that sometimes you just gotta reshop your stash. Like shop your own stash, use what you've got. I was feeling like I had way too many warm tone palettes. I was getting frustrated, overwhelmed a little with warm tone palettes. So I was actually going to look online and be like, where can I find a new cool tone palette? But I had this in my stash. I have another cool tone palette, so maybe I'll even grab that out again as well. But I really do like this. This might be like an everyday type of a thing because of how quickly that blended together. I was pretty excited about that. Yeah, so hopefully you shop your own stash. I am probably going to be doing a couple more videos like this for shopping your own stash. I am attempting to do like a low buy year or even a no buy year if I can with makeup, and kind of just shopping my stash whenever I have the chance. I feel like a lot of the new makeup releases just aren't as exciting to me because I feel like I have so much already, and for that reason I'm going to be shopping my stash a lot. I don't know what this is. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.